Hello there, friends and followers, and welcome to this live stream. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for tonight's show. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the McDonnell Douglas RotateSim MD-11 X-Plane 11. I've had this aircraft for a few days, and let me tell you right off the bat, I am impressed with the depth of system simulation in this aircraft. What we're going to be doing today in this stream is, first of all, I want to welcome all of you, and I do want to apologize if I missed the chat today, but I do want to focus on really showing you guys all there is to see in this rather beautiful aircraft for X-Plane 11, and of course I'm sure that it's going to be available for X-Plane 12. Price information, unfortunately I do not have it at this point, but today we're going to be delving into the beauty of this aircraft and the really excellent work done by the guys at RotateSim. I want to also express my sincere gratitude to Nicholas from the X-Plane org for facilitating the copy of the MD-11 for the Q8 Pilot channel, and I want to thank Ivan from RotateSim for all his help and all his efforts, and really for providing me with a copy of the aircraft. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be exploring this beautiful 3D model. We're going to take a look at all the textures. We're going to take a look at the features. We're going to load up the aircraft. Of course, the aircraft is currently sitting at Memphis, Tennessee in the United States, and we're going to be flying to Atlanta this evening aboard this FedEx flight, 502. This is a real-world route for FedEx, but the actual route is flown in a Boeing 767. But today we are going to recreate this this real-world route in the MD-11. I want to welcome Scott. We've got Lucas, Raymond, Fabio, Nix, and NS Adons. We've got with us also, if I can, Gibby. Hello, my friend. Welcome, Ripper. Gulshan Kumar. Welcome, my friend. Sus. Whoa. Hello, my friend. Midas, welcome. Benny, hello my friend. Load, and we've got also Literal Games, Nexter, Andy, Scott, hello guys, Julian. The chat is going too fast for me to greet everyone, but I do understand that you guys are all very excited about the MD-11 by RotateSim. So let's get started, folks, and let's start taking a look at the 3D model. Now for this, we are going to start looking at the aircraft's exterior modeling and the texture work, and as you can see, this is a very authentic 3D model representing the MD-11. And I do want to ask you guys about my mic, because I'm using a new mic today, and I hope that it's a lot better than my older one. But folks, look at the amount of details in the texture work. Just really a beautiful 3D model, beautiful texture work, very, very detailed, by the way, and we're going to look at all the details now, but just let's admire the beauty of this classic airplane. Very well done by Rotate in terms of its 3D model. Of course, it's a cargo aircraft, and we're going to be flying some cargo today off to Atlanta. Just look at the engine textures here, all the details on the aircraft fuselage. Looks like a real MD-11, beg your pardon. Just look at, again, the beautiful wings there, the strobe lights. Let me just go up here and show you the wings. We might change the time of day. We're flying in real weather. It's kind of there's a slight precipitation in at Memphis at the current time, but we might change it so that I can show you the actual texture work when the sunlight hits the. Just look at the reflection of the wing here. Absolutely gorgeous aircraft. and gorgeous work by the guys at Rotate. Again, the beautiful looks of this aircraft. I was very fond of this aircraft in PMDG, in P3D. Unfortunately, they stopped the development of the aircraft, and it's just kind of gone, you know, pretty quiet, and they stopped the development on that aircraft. And I hope it does come again from PMDG. But this is, look at the curvature of the wing. They really nailed the 3D model. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and I want to show you guys a couple of things in the model here. If you just take a look at the wing, just look at that. I think it's raining. Look at that. Look at the wing. Look at the details. I mean, this is really phenomenal. Phenomenal texture work, and it looks just absolutely gorgeous. Just look at that. Again, and if we go back here and look at the engines, look at that. What I'm going to do before we take a look at the inside, I've done a few presets so you guys can see. So this is the engine, and this is a wing view of the right wing. Just look again at the details there. Beautiful texture work, very, very detailed. And here's the left wing. And the engine, again, you can see a better look here at the engine, the texturing. And you guys know I love details. And this aircraft is very, very detailed in terms of how it looks. And I will tell you also that it comes with excellent documentation. And we'll take a look at that. Just look at those landing gears and look at all the detail. Let me just zoom in here a little bit and show you guys how detailed this landing gear is. Just look at that. I mean, it looks like metal. Look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous work by RotateSim here. Really commendable work on this aircraft. And by the way, in terms of the quality, I think it is at par with their MD-80, but this one I feel is a little better. And we've got a new member. Welcome. Is it Tuft? Tuft, welcome to the VVIP membership here at the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome, my friend. Appreciate your support. And yeah, I mean, it's just really looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that here. Again, very, very detailed texture work there. And no matter how closer I get and how much I zoom in, everything still looks pretty sharp, looks pretty good, you know, very well textured, and it's got that old look to it, which makes it even more immersive. Again, if we look here, just look at that. I mean, beautiful, beautiful texture work there aboard this MD-11 for X-Plane 11. And I'll take you up here. Just look at the nose wheel. Again, beautiful texture work there, very, very detailed, and a lot of work has gone really into modeling this aircraft to give it this realistic look. It just looks fantastic. It just really does look fantastic. Very, very well done in terms of the exterior model. Now, what we are going to do is, before we hop into the virtual cockpit, by the way, if the rain is bothering you guys, I can turn off the sound of the rain. If it's too loud, just let me know. Let me just come here and reduce the master volume a little bit. Just let me know if it's bothering you, and you know, we'll turn it down. Now, the MD-11 has a control panel, and by the way, this version is RC1, so this is release candidate. I was flying with the beta version, and I received the most recent update from the guys at Rotate earlier this afternoon. So there are a number of features here that you can, or preferences that you can switch according to where you're flying and the world. Sandra, hello, my friend, and welcome. Pedro, welcome, my friend. Omari, hello, my friend, and welcome. Welcome. Dave, hello, my friend, and welcome to the stream. So a number of options here show the temperature in Celsius, weights in kilograms, fluid quantity in liters, reduce RU align time to 30 seconds. We're not going to use this today. I'm going to take you through the full, let me remove that, the full experience today of the use 8.33 kilohertz channel spacing VHF radios, perform maintenance tasks on all systems, and of course you have the different situations here, starting from cold and dark, parked with external power, and so on and so forth. The load manager is where we're going to be heading shortly to basically load the aircraft with fuel and all that good stuff, and the ground operations. Now I'm going to go ahead and request the ground unit so that you guys can see. You can see the wheel chocks is set. Cockpit stairs, we can request it and it will put it there. And then there is the fuel service, load the aircraft. Those are not there yet because we don't have anything in the load manager. Of course, you can see that you can manipulate all the aircraft doors, all the cargo doors, upper deck lights, cargo lower lights. All of this stuff can be toggled on and off. And of course, we've got the failures, pretty standard for the failures, but again, it's there and you can simulate all these failures. And let me tell you, this aircraft is quite complex and it requires a bit of learning. And I myself had a little bit of difficulty because I'm rusty on the MD-11. I haven't flown this aircraft in ages. And it was a bit of a learning curve to understand how the hydraulic system work, and we're going to take a look at the documentation in just a minute. But this is how you set things up. And now that we've taken a look at the exterior model, and by the way, all the ground elements are animated, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. So they actually move the cargo truck, the loader will move over to the aircraft and load the aircraft with the cargo. Just look at that. What a beautiful looking aircraft. Gotta love those 3 engines, and this is probably my favorite part in this aircraft. Right, let's hop into the flight deck. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MD-11 cockpit. And as you can see again, just like the exterior, the interior of this aircraft is done with the same fidelity and the same quality as the exterior. Really a beautiful rendition of the MD-11, and I've compared this 3D cockpit to the real-world MD-11, and I'll tell you that it looks very, very similar. And again, they've used, you can see the overhead panel, lovely work on the overhead panel. You can see this is the engine fire levers right there, and nice work, nice panel work all around here. And you can see the central, the pedestal area, nice reflections of the aircraft displays and instruments. And as we zoom in again, you can see the amount of details and the quality of the texture work and the modeling, the switches. And we're going to listen to the sounds in a minute as well. But this, look at all the wires here. Everything is just showing right there. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Really phenomenal work. In terms of the 3D texturing. I like it a lot. I like the cockpit of the MD-11 a lot. And I think the guys at Rotate have done a very good job modeling this aircraft. Circuit breakers are not operational in this aircraft. They are modeled for visual completeness, but they are not operational in this aircraft. We can open the flight deck door and go back here to the cargo area, and you can see that this area is also reasonably modeled. It's an acceptable standard there in terms of the model, and you can see that this is the cargo compartment of this aircraft. Again, reasonably modeled. The textures are quite nice, and you can see the lights here on the side. And yeah, I think the textures look pretty good. They are probably of lesser resolution than the 3D cockpit, as you may have noticed already here. But to me, that's okay. I'm very actually surprised with the frame rates of this aircraft. It's very easy on the frames. So I haven't really had any issues with frames whatsoever, although it's quite, the systems of the aircraft are simulated to an incredible depth, really. And just so that you understand, and by the way, for you to get full appreciation, I think, of this aircraft, you have to learn it. So you have to learn what this aircraft offers. And if we look at the documentation that comes with this aircraft, just look at all those documents here. So you've got the general, you've got a description of I guess this the APU air, oral visual warnings, automatic flights, APU, communications, electrical system, emergency, and so on and so forth. The list goes on. And let me tell you that the quality of those manuals is also very good. So if we, for example, go to the APU, let me just bring this. I like how they've, how they've organized this and everything. You can click here, so we can go to APU control. Everything has got a visual reference. Everything is numbered, so you can follow closely. And you can see this entire manual speaks about the APU power, and how does this electrical system. So very, very detailed. And this, I think, if you'll start looking at the manual, it will give you the full appreciation of how deep the system simulation is aboard this aircraft. So without any doubt, this is a study level simulation of the MD-11 in terms of the simulation of the systems. And I've seen a few things that I've actually watched a cold and dark startup of an MD-11, and they just have done exactly the same thing with the cargo test, the automated cargo test. I'll show you that once we are in starting the aircraft. So again, the one thing I also like about the fact about the documentation is the fact that a tutorial is included. Now, the guys at Rotate understand that this aircraft is quite complex, and so they want to be able to allow everyone to enjoy this aircraft. And maybe you are, maybe you are not one of those who like to read the in-depth information about the aircraft, and you just really want to fly it and have fun with it. So a tutorial is included, and let me tell you that this tutorial is a very good tutorial. It's very easy to follow. And it tells you, it's got a route, everything. So if you do get this aircraft, you can simply follow this tutorial from A to Z, and it will take you from startup, from cold and dark, all the way to shutdown at your destination. So that also ships with the aircraft. And now the time has come, ladies and gentlemen, for us to start loading this aircraft, and the real fun begins. So let's hop to the exterior here, and we're going to simulate the basically the ground element, the ground elements moving, and we'll see all the animations. But first, let's bring up the Rotate MD-11 control panel, and we're going to start setting things up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring SimToolkit Pro here and show you step by step what we need to do in order to let's see here. Where is my SimToolkit Pro? There we go. All right. Always on top. All right. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take a total payload. So we're going to go down here. And the payload is 86.5. So that's 86,500. So 86,000. Why is this not doing? Oh, there we go. 86,500. And then the block fuel is right here. So the block fuel is 33,917. I think we can say 34 for the block fuel, 34,000. All right, 34,000 set. And then the taxi fuel is 1,000. And taxi fuel is set. And the trip fuel is 11,945. We can say 12. Yeah, we can say 12,000. 12,000. All right. Now, the center, the takeoff center of gravity needs to be between 30 and 34, I believe, something like that. So we're going to adjust this just a little bit and take it down to 30.7. And we are now in the safe zone for both zero fuel CG and takeoff CG. And we're going to say, before we do that, I just want to move here. You'll notice that how the aircraft moves as we apply the configuration. See that? And let me tell you, taxiing this aircraft is not very simple. So, and we've got a new VVIP member with us today. Is it Maribor for 3 months now? Welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel, and thank you for your continued support, my friend. Appreciate it very much. What we can do now is, by the way, if you go to the options, bigger ground operations, you can see now that you can request the fuel and load the aircraft. And this is actually now the animation. So let me put this away. And let's do request.
Sorry, no service at this airport.
No service at this airport. All right, but the loader comes. And we can say close. And you will see it's a little fast. But yeah, I mean, you have this fully animated, so now you're going to see the door opening, and you're going to see all the carts. They are being loaded into the aircraft. So nice little animation there, and yeah, there we go. See here, the cargo is being loaded into the aircraft. All right. So in the meantime, we are going to now start firing up the aircraft, and we're going to head over to the overhead panel. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to start things from, we're going to go to ground power first. Notice the sounds, beautiful sounds, and all the lights work exactly like the real MD-11 does. We're going to cancel the master caution. And there you go. Look at all the aircraft instruments and displays. There you go. Nice lighting aboard this aircraft. And we're going to head over here now. And before we start the APU, we need to do the APU fire test. So this is the engine and APU fire test. And if I click that here, right, you can see that. All right, so the APU fire test works okay, and we are good to start the APU. Now, to do this, we are simply going to come here to APU power, and we're going to click on APU power. You will see that the start and stop is now blinking, and you can see that the APU power is powering up. And if we go down here, you will also see the APU EGT rising, N1 and N2 rising again, and then you similar to what we normally see in a Boeing, it starts going down, and that's when the APU becomes available. So good stuff there. Let's head back over here. We're gonna cancel the master caution, and let's take a look here at the outside. Looks like everything's done here. And the doors are closed, so we can actually dismiss the we don't no longer need refueling, but we can dismiss the cockpit stairs, and we are good there. We'll leave the chocks. We can now we'll wait for the APU to become available. All right. So now you see that the APU is available right here. Let's close this. All right. You see now there is APU available, and to turn on the APU, there is the APU air. So we click here on the on, and you will see the pack flow coming on and then going off. And now we can look at the packs again here. Flow will go off, and everything here goes off. And this is the exact sequence that you will see on the real MD-11. And now we have isolation 1 and 2 are on, and the APU, and now we don't need the external power, so we're gonna turn it off, and we can now remove the external power from the aircraft's menu, and we no longer need fuel, We don't need the ground power, so we're going to dismiss that. And we are now good. Perfect. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we need to set our IRSs. Now, on the real MD-11, when you turn on the first nav switch or the first IRS switch to nav, it will automatically toggle the cargo fire test. You can definitely do the test manually, but when you set this to nav, watch what happens here. There you go. That's the cargo fire test. And we'll just wait for the cargo fire test to complete. And now we can set nav and nav. All right, so now the IRSs are aligning. We're going to head down to the McDo MCDU. And let me see, I'm not sure why frames are suffering a little bit, but that's all right. Right, it could be that the night lighting is affecting the frames. Let's take a look at the outside here. No, there's no night lighting yet. All right. So let's go to the FMC, and we're going to click here on the FMC, and we're going to check that the model is correct. nav data, I don't think this is the most recent one, so I do need to update the database, but I'm not sure if it's available yet on Navigraph or not. Boeing Corp, thank you very much. Super chatted for $5. Thank you, my friend, for your support. I truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. So what we're going to do, we are going to go to reference, and then from reference, we're going to go to aircraft status. That's where we're going to get things started, and flight plan initialization, and now we can enter the destination from N2. Today we are flying from Memphis International, Kilo Mike Echo Mike, and we are heading over to Atlanta, Kilo Alpha Tango Lima, and we're going to enter that here, and we can now say initialize IRS. All right, the IRS alignment will take some time, so it's a good time for us now to perform the hydraulic test. To do this, we're going to head over again to... Why is the frame suffering like that? All right, we're going to head over to... Something must have gone wrong with my X-plane. All right, so we are going to head over here to the overhead panel. We're going to open the hydraulic pressure test, and we're going to click that. And we are going to head down here and set the display to the hydraulic system. And now you can see here the hydraulics, and it will actually perform the full test for our hydraulics. I'll just give it some time, and it should start. In the meantime, while the test is doing its thing, we are going to, let's see here. We are going to take a look at the weather information and set our altimeter. You can see now that the hydraulic test is being performed automatically. And let's take a look here at the weather information. So the altimeter is 2975. Again, you can see that all the hydraulic systems are now being tested. Pilot Guy 707. Can you operate both McDo's separately? Yes, sir. You can operate them both, and I will show you that as we go. Ali Brahimi, welcome, my friend, and welcome to also Captain McGee. And we have Trishal. Trishal, how are you doing, my friend? All right. So we can now take a look here at the bearer reference 29er. What was it again? 2975. Okay, so we are going to set this to 2975. .2975 is set this side, and we're going to do it on this side as well. Let me hide the yolks here for a minute. and set this to 2975. There we go. 2975 is now set. And while we're at it, we're going to also set the altitude, which is today going to be 37,000 feet. So 37. There we go, 37,000 feet. And the hydraulic test is almost complete now. Once it gets down to 0, then we're good. And we're going to make sure that, you know, we have TCAS, a message here. And this is on RA200, which is okay. And the test now is complete, almost. Let's take a look here at the overhead panel. And you can see that the test is now complete. And all is good. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to head down here to the McDo again. And we're going to start entering our flight information. Okay. So what I'm going to do is bring Sim Toolkit Pro here one more time. And let me bring it right over here. Let's do this. All right. Here we can do it together. So you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. There we go. Perfect. All right. So the alternate airport today, if we look here, is Kilo Bravo November Alpha. Kilo Bravo November Alpha. And we enter that in the alternate. By the way, anything with the squares, it means it's a required field on the MD-11. So on this Rotate MD-11. Flight number today, we are FedEx 502, and we enter that here. The cruise level, by the way, you can enter the steps. So if there is a step climb, you can enter those respectively with the slash. If you don't have, today we're not doing a step climb, so we're simply going to enter our cruise altitude of 370, and that is now set. And levels, yeah, those are fine. And we need the cost index, which is 20, and this is where I'm getting the cost index from. So 20, and we enter that here, and we are now done here. We're going to go to the next page, and to confirm, by the way, you can enter the block fuel manually, but since we already have this information, we're going to click on block fuel to confirm it, and we're going to confirm the takeoff gross weight and takeoff CG and zero fuel CG. Just simply by clicking on those buttons here, you will confirm all of these numbers. Now we're going to go to our flight plan. So today we are going to be departing at runway 36. Let's see here. We're departing runway 36 center, so that's 36 center, and we are going to be doing so through the B Bravo Becking 7, which is this one here, and the transition is the Kerami transition, and we're going to select insert, and that will insert all of this for us in the flight plan, and then we're going to fly direct to, I'm not sure how to say this, Hutuk. All right, so we are going to select hotel uniform, Tango Charlie Charlie, Tango Charlie Charlie, and we enter that here. And then the next one is flying direct to Conso, Kilo November Sierra Alpha Whiskey, and we enter that here. And then it's going to be direct to Rosa, or Rasa, Sierra Alpha, and then it's going to be our star through the Galvin 1 star into Atlanta, runway 09 left. All right, so what we're going to be doing here is we are going to go to flight plan again. And let's see here, let's just make sure this is all good. All right, so we'll go to Atlanta and select the star, and the star is the Galvin 1, as you can see here, and through the Russa transition, and we are performing an ILS runway 09er left according to our plan. So we're going to select I. This stands for ILS. And then let's see through the RYUJIN transition. So if we look, by the way, if you are wondering if you have a transition or which transition it is, scroll down in your somewhere in your star. You should be able to find the transition. It's normally either the last waypoint before or the last fix before the destination or the one before that. As you can see, there is RYUJIN here. So we are going to select that transition and we're going to select insert. Now we have our flight plan. Let me move this out of the way. And first we're going to make sure there are no discontinuities. So we're going to take a look here. And Rasa, Jackson, Alvin, Yaba, Navi, Ryan, Akai. There is a discontinuity here. So let's clear that. And it looks like this is now repeated. So as you can see, we have Akai and Ryan. And then we have Akai and Ryan again. Oh, so many times. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this one here. We're going to clear Akai. We're going to clear Ryan. And now it looks like everything is good. So we have Ryan, Akai, RB, Hardy, and then Vini, and then runway 09er left. And now you can see we have our altitudes, and now we can also see the flight plan in the display. To change this to plan, you can simply click on plan here, and now you can see we can increase and decrease using the range buttons here. So we can decrease, this is the maximum, and we can now cycle through similar to what we're accustomed to in an Airbus. So if we click here, we can now cycle through our flight plan like so. And this is the approach into 09er left at Atlanta. And now, as you can see, all the information has been updated in our in the McDo. You can see all the altitudes, all the restrictions are now there, and we are now ready to get things started. For those of you who just joined the stream, welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really glad to have you, and I do apologize for not really taking too much, taking a look too much at the chat today, and that's simply because I really want to focus on this aircraft and really show you guys everything that there is to see. We're going to come back here and set this to map, and now we are good. And the next thing now is really to go to the takeoff page. So from the takeoff page, you can see we have the slope and the wind. I'm going to get the wind information here real quick. Let me see here. Where is... there we go. Let me just bring this back here. I have too many screens running here now. So if we look at the wind, we have 10 knots... 8 knots headwind. So we're going to be doing flaps 15. So that's enter. That gives us a stab of -4.7. Slope, we're just going to select 0, and we're going to select headwind. So we're going to put H, and we're going to put 8, and we're going to select that here. The outside temperature is 13 Celsius, so we're going to simply enter that in the next box right here. And now we have our V speeds. V1, V rotate, and V2 149 says check, confirm V speeds. To check and confirm, we simply click 1, 2, and 3, and now we have everything set for V1, V rotate, and V2. And now we are pretty much ready to actually start our engines. We have everything set up here, and we can now come to the top. We're going to turn on seatbelt signs, non-smoking signs. We're going to turn, the beacon is now turned on, and nav light is actually on by default. So everything else is good. We're going to call the pushback truck, and then we're going to start the engines and head over to Atlanta. So guys, what do you think so far of the MD-11? Based on what you've seen so far, what do you guys think? Did it live up to your expectations? Fly High Guy, how are you doing, my friend? And welcome. Why is the battery switched off? Oh, no, the battery is definitely on. Oh, it is off. Well, thanks for that. Yeah, the battery is on now. I'm not sure what effect will that have on the rest of our flight, but hopefully it's okay. Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a look here at our position, and it looks like we do not need the pushback truck. What we're gonna be doing is, this is the departure runway right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the aircraft. We're gonna head over to the right, exit here, and make this turn here on the runway, and then go all the way across to 36 Center for departure. So let's go ahead, and first we're gonna make sure the parking brake is set, which it is, and then we're gonna remove the chocks from the control panel. We can go here to the aircraft menu, and we can now dismiss the chocks, and we are now good to go. So we're gonna close this now, and we're gonna go to, let's see, for engine start. It's actually pretty simple to start the engines on the MD-11. We'll make sure the beacon lights are on. Everything here is set, and we're going to select ignition A. And the minute you select ignition A, you'll notice all the packs are automatically turned off. And we can now start. The start sequence for the MD-11 is 3, 1, 2. So to do this, we are going to pull the fuel, beg your pardon, pull the engine starter here, number 3, like so, and you'll see that the light is lit, and we're going to wait for about 12% of N2. I believe that's N2. Yep, 12% N2, and then we can introduce the fuel. There we go. I'm not sure why I can't hear the engine sounds. Might be something with X-Plane here. Let me check the sounds. Oh, the sounds are fine. I don't know if you guys can hear the sounds, but I definitely cannot hear them. Well, I see. I can hear the sounds now. Emergency power, yep. Emergency power is armed. And a few things also we need to do here. So we're going to turn this guy on. All right, so we have a good start on the engine number 3. We're going to start engine number 1. And engine number 1 is now starting. You can see the engine spooling now. Beautiful. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to set this, we're going to put this on the flight plan. And we're going to go to the McDo here and set this on Econ Climb. And yeah, so we can give it some fuel here as well. Jet Fighter, hello my friend, welcome. Why the gear lever is transparent, I have no clue, but I think it is like that on some of the MD-11s, but I'm not sure why. I'm sure that that's how it looks like in the real aircraft. Emergency lights, we need to arm those. All right, emergency lights are armed. All right, and it looks like we have a good start on engine number 1. And now we're going to go to engine number 2. There we go, engine number 2 starting. And we're going to wait for engine number 2 to reach about 12% of N2. And then we are going to introduce fuel. All right, that's good enough. And fuel. Perfect. Joshua, hello, my friend, and welcome. I bet it's like that cause it lights up red, and it does light up red. You are correct. Captain Shaker, welcome, my friend. I wonder if the Librain plugin is compatible. It is not compatible with Vulkan, unfortunately. So it will definitely not work in the Vulkan. It will work with OpenGL, but not with Vulkan. All right, so it looks like the engine is good now. And you can see, by the way, the V speeds are set here. And you need to verify that they're in magenta, as you see here in the display. We are going to set our heading to heading of 360, which is the runway heading. There we go, 360 or 000, 359 is fine. We can leave it there. And now we have a good start on all 3 engines, so we no longer need the APU, so we're going to turn off APU air. And we no longer need, so that one is off, which is good. APU is still available, that's okay. And now we can turn on the, before we do that, what we need to do now is we need to go to config. If we click here, by the way, all of these are modeled, so all the pages are modeled. Let me just zoom out here and show you. So this is the status. Looks like we still have some message here, and this right there, miscellaneous, and this is the configuration page, which we will need now. This is the, it says consequence, no consequences, fuel. Again, you've got your fuel page fully simulated. You've got your air, APU air, and all that good stuff. And we also have the electrical system fully modeled. We've seen the hydraulic page, and you've got also your engine page. All right, so we're going to go to the config page now. And in the config page, we're going to do the flight control check. And we're going to do full up and verify that we see the green lights, and full left, and full right, and pedal, full right, full left, and neutral. And all is looking good. We are going to set the auto brake to takeoff. That is set. And now we need to set our flaps. So the flaps here, we're going to be doing flaps 15. So to do this, you're going to go to 1 notch, 2nd notch, and then we're going to set the flaps here for takeoff. Now notice as I move this knob, it actually moves the flap lever as well. So we need 15, so we're going to set that exactly at 15, and now we have the correct configuration for our flaps. Now we are pretty much ready to go. And if we remove the parking brake, we should see here. Let me just show you real quick. Actually, let me set the altimeter here to 2975 while we're at it. All right, it's all set. And Sven, how are you doing, my friend? Does the 3rd McDo work? I haven't checked. I don't know. It does work, yeah. It says not allowed. So I think you can just take a look at things here. Or maybe it's where you can load your flight plan. Yeah, it's probably something that's under implementation, it looks like. Yeah. We're going to turn on the weather system. Let's see, this is on weather. And you can put turbulence and map, and we are going to set this to 1776 is fine. We'll set it to TARA before we forget it. And now what you can see here is we have 3.0, okay? Now if I go to the FMS, and we're gonna go to takeoff here. All right, so we have 4.7. All right, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this here to 4.7. There we go. 4.7 is now set, and yeah, it says weather is on. We are gonna decrease. This is the maximum. Okay, perfect. All right. Now, if we actually remove the, let me just remove the parking brake here for a minute. That's the parking brake. Now it says spoilers. Ah, there you go. Now we see the green rectangle here, which means everything is checked and we're ready to go. If you don't get the green, then there is something wrong. So you need to check and see. So obviously we had to arm the spoilers. And now everything is configured and we are ready to go. Oh, we started rolling already. So let's make sure that the... now I have the lights mapped to my alpha flight controls. So we are going to turn on the runway turn-off lights. And we are now good. That's our turn. I tell you, taxiing with this aircraft is a job, really. And let's look at the... Wow. Looks beautiful. All right, let's not get carried away too much with the external views now. Wow, looks like the weather is really bad here at Memphis. Lovely aircraft. Yeah, the runway's wet, so that's not smoke. That's really the that's the rain, and hopefully we'll see better rain effects and surface refraction in X-Plane 12 when it comes out, which I suspect it will be around fall, maybe the end of fall or something like that. Yeah, that's definitely the wetness, not the that's, by the way, runway 36 right. So we're gonna go all the way here and make our turn. That's 36 right, and that's 36 center, which is our departure runway. Look at those engines. Beautiful. We have a new subscriber here at the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome, my friend. As you can see, this is 36 right, and so the next one is 36 center. So what we're going to do is turn on our landing lights, and the strobe is, if you go to here, it's this one here, high intensity light, high int, I guess. And let me just show you guys. Look at those lights. Oh, you gotta love those. Look at that. And you see the reflection on the ground as well. Those strobe lights are, oh, just you gotta love it. All right, here is our departure runway. What a majestic looking bird. The McDonnell Douglas MD-11. Alright, hopefully I won't make a big mess out of this takeoff. We are looking okay. Alright. So once you are lined up with the runway, one thing you need to do is we need to hit on auto flight once. So here, let me just show you what happens. So here we see ATS off, takeoff clamp 37,000. We're going to come over here and click on auto flight, and it will remove that. And now if we move the throttle to brake overheats. Ooh. Seriously? Wow. I'm not sure what I've done, but the brakes, that's probably something. Look at that. I mean, you see how detailed this is? But you know what? Let me just set the brakes here real quick. And I'm going to clear all failures. Let's come over to MD-11. And we're going to go to failures. Electrical, engines, fuel, hydraulic, other. Is it in other? No, I can't see it here. Can't see it here. Where can I find this?
3, 6, 7.
Is it under hydraulics?
3, 6.
Probably
7.
not. Looks like the yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Brake overheats. What do you guys think? Should we take off? All right, let's go ahead and take off, and hopefully they'll cool down once we depart. I'm going to release the parking brake, and let's go. B1, rotate. And positive rate of climb, gears going up. Liveries. Right, contracting our flaps. Still complaining about the brakes there. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to profile, nav, FMS speed, auto flight, and now everything should work. Woo! Looks like there's some serious turbulence there. And I think we better turn on the anti-ice. Let's see, where is our anti-ice? Alright, there we go. And we are now climbing. It looks like we have an issue with our brakes. Brake overheat. And I'm going to see if I can go to the menu here and fix all failures. That didn't help. So the brakes are pretty hot right now. Let's, there we go. We increase that a bit. And 10,000 feet, so we can kill the landing lights. And we can also kill the runway turn-off lights. Oh, come on. All right. Let's see here. Runway turn-off lights. Logo lights we don't need right now. And if we look here, everything's looking good. We're off the clouds, so I think we can turn off the anti-ice. There we go. And we can also disarm the spoilers. Flaps are up, and the before or after takeoff checklist is complete. One more thing we need to do is we need to come down here and set the auto brake to off. And we can also release our passengers, so we can... Actually, there are no passengers, but now the first officer and the captain can enjoy a nice chat in the cockpit. Guys, look at the texture work here as the sunlight hits the panel. Just really beautiful, beautiful panel work, beautiful texturing aboard this aircraft. A job very well done by Rotate. Go to FMS and performance, and as you can see, 37, about 45 nautical miles for our cruise altitude of 37,000. Brake overheat. All our brakes are hot, so you can see the temps here. So yeah, brake overheat. Hopefully won't be a problem as we approach our destination. Hopefully the temperatures will go down. And now we're in autopilot mode and climbing to our cruise altitude. Let's take a look at some external views. What a beautiful aircraft by Rotate. Right, altimeter set on this side and this side. Altimeter is actually at 18,000, but that's all right. You can tell that it's got really powerful engines. By the way, is the temperature going down here? We check. I don't think the temps are going down. In regards to brake overheats, yes, Joseph, welcome. Crunch Wrap 69, hello, my friend. Flight condition permitting, extend landing gear for cooling for 10 minutes or until alert is not displayed. Yes, yes, that is something that we probably needed to do, but not at this speed, definitely, and I don't really want to have you guys sit and wait for 10 minutes for the brakes to cool off. So yeah. So we are climbing now to our cruise altitude of 37,000 feet. This is, by the way, a short flight. So the top of descent and top of climb and top of descent are not too far from one another, which is a good thing. Oh God, look at this panel work. Just look at the details. They're beautiful. I love the details on the. You see the knob here, and then you see how it's kind of, you know, kind of aging knob there. And we have a new just show up early and extend them early on landing. Yeah, that's something we can do. We can extend them a bit early for sure. We can do that. Antonio, welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel, and thanks for being a subscriber. Welcome aboard. How about we do a flyby? That's the top of climb, 37,000 feet. I love the display that they've done here. By the way, if we go down here, there's an event marker. But yeah, there's so much to learn about this aircraft, and what you're seeing today is the bare minimum that you need to know in order to fly this aircraft from point A to point B. But if you really want to study this aircraft, I highly recommend that you go through the available manuals, and those will really help you understand how the aircraft is operated, one, and two, it will provide you with better appreciation of what Rotate has really done. And just look at the again, the thumbprints there on the display. Love those little details. Right, 26,000 for 37,000. We're looking good. Let's do a flyby, ladies and gentlemen. Wycliffe Barrett, hello, sir. Welcome. I really can't wait for the release. I had the PMDG one, which I really like. I look forward to reviewing this one on my channel. Wycliffe, thank you so much for being here, my friend. And I haven't, man, it's been a long time. So really glad to see you here. I know we chatted a while back, and yeah, I'll be glad to you know, to work with you. If you like, my friend, shoot me an email. Let's do something together. Yeah. Pilot Guy 707. Glenn, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome. Sorry, I didn't know you were with us here today. So welcome. Glad to have you with us. Well, thank you, sir. Gillis Roland, thank you, sir, for being here and for your kind words. Appreciate it. Rafa, hello, my friend. Could you please show us the navigation display modes, VOR approach, the bearing pointers, and so on? VOR. So, let me see here. If we go... Oh, I got you. So, VOR... one, there we go. ADF, you've got the ADF. VOR2, there to heli. So you've got those working just fine. And by the way, if we go to VOR, so this is the display. You can go to the approach, plan, map, and we can click this to take it out. And you can also go to the TCAS window. Go back to map. Let's increase there so we can see. This is 34,000, almost at 37,000. That's pretty quick, by the way. We're still in climb thrust and brake overheat. Yeah, I don't think well, maybe the temperatures has gone down a little bit. But yeah, I'll take Joshua's advice. And Adam, hello, my friend. Welcome. Antcraft, hello, my friend. Welcome. Glad to have you on the stream. Farouk, hello, my friend, and welcome. Do we have a release date, or did I don't know. So the thing is, I don't know. And we have with us today, is it Henry? Henry, welcome to the VVIP membership, my friend, and thank you so much for your support. Truly appreciate it. Cabin pressure relief. Let's see. All right, let me see here. cabin pressure relief. What does that mean? Are we not pressurized? Or are we above the service ceiling for the aircraft? Honestly, I don't know. Sure. All right, we're good. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take the advice of Joshua as we approach our destination. And for the landing gear, hopefully it will cool them down. We are now cruising at our final cruise altitude of 37, and you can see that this is the top of descent. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to go to approach and landing, and you can see that we have the flap settings and all that good stuff. Timer. There isn't really anything we need to do here. We're going to go to the nav radios. We still don't have the ILS frequency here, so we're going to wait, but we are going to reset our altitude. So if we look at the charts, I believe the final platform altitude is 2,700 feet. So we are going to reset this to 2,700. And we'll verify it in 1 second here. Alright, let me just very quickly bring up Sim Toolkit Pro. And if we go to Navigraph here and select on New Flight from SimBrief, and this now should update everything for us, and we're going to go all the way here, go to Atlanta, and select the approach. It says 09er left, and if we click here we can take a look at the charts, and it's 7,000 at range, so this is at our transition. And then we need to be at 2,700 at Vinny to intercept the localizer. So we are looking good. We'll take a note of the ILS frequency, which is 1110.5 with a final approach course of 0.905 degrees. So that is that's the top of descent. Now, during the test flight that I've done, the aircraft did not perform the automatic descent, so I actually did it myself through. We have it in profile, so we are good there. Are we in profile mode? Let me just check here. Looks like we are in profile mode. Wycliffe Barrett, thank you for following on Twitch, my friend. Appreciate it. Henry, greetings from Helsinki, Finland. Hello, my friend, and greetings to you from Kuwait. Earl Grey, hello, my friend. Welcome to the stream. We're not too far, by the way, from top of descent now, and we are looking good. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the McDonnell Douglas MD-11 by RotateSim. A beautiful rendition of the aircraft, and I absolutely adore the depth of system simulation aboard this aircraft. And Alberto, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. We're heading now to our destination, and let me switch this to the flight plan. Click it again, and it takes you back to this. So this is Kearney. This is where we are and where we're heading. Let's click it one more time. All right, we're doing good, and this is the top of descent. The altitude, MCP altitude, is reset, and we are good. By the way, This works pretty much like an Airbus, doesn't it? This is takeoff, so flaps 28, and for flaps full, so 35, VAP is 147, clean, yeah, program, progress, we can add a fix, so that works, which is kind of cool. So we can add a fix there. If we put, for example, Russa, let's see if this works. And we're going to put the fix, it says not allowed. Alright, section plan, reference, waypoint. To TD, 20 nautical miles for top of descent. And our brakes are still pretty hot. The temperature is reducing, by the way, but it's reducing very slowly. But it is definitely reducing. So let's go back to our flight plan. And from Kermi to HUTCC, and then it's the top of descent. And we're looking good. Is that ice? Is that ice on the windshield? I'm not sure if this is ice or is this part of the scratches, or looks like ice, doesn't it? The FPS is excellent on this MD-11. I have noticed no degradation in performance whatsoever. So you will, it's, by the way, it's similar to the RotateSim MD-11 in terms of the requirement for resources. It's not very resource hungry. Just look at that view. Alright, here's the top of descent, and we should see some stuff changing here on the display. But if it doesn't change, then we will basically do it ourselves. Yeah, it looks like we passed the top of descent and nothing is happening here. So what we can do... there we go. There's the automatic descent. We've already done that. So now we are descending towards our destination, which is Atlanta. And I tell you guys, I absolutely adore this MD-11. And in my view, it was definitely worth the wait that we waited in order to get this aircraft. So I'm quite happy with what I see. I'm happy with the way this aircraft flies. It's just really gorgeous. And of course, you can bet that as soon as this aircraft is released, there is going to be press the L button, yes, there is going to be a giveaway of this aircraft as soon as it's released, and it does look incredible. Yes, it does look absolutely phenomenal, Prashal. Just beautiful aircraft all around, just incredibly detailed, and the system simulation is I'm gonna extend the speed brake here a bit to keep our speed down. Looks like we're overspeeding. That's strange because the aircraft is in profile mode and everything is managed by the autopilot. But it looks like it's too high for the current sector, which I don't think so, because at Russa, we need to be at 32.9. We're still looking okay. So I'm not sure why, you know, he's just really going... That's a lot. 4,000, that's a lot. But, yeah, we always can reduce the speed a little bit there to... Alright, so we're 27.1. I think we're okay in terms of the altitude. But if for some reason it thinks that it's way too high, or way too high, and it's descending at a very fast rate there. Alright, I'm going to bring up some lights here in the cockpit. So let's come over here. And let's see. Floodlights, panel lights, and instruments. And that's it. Oh, there we go. Timer. Ah. Briefcase. Floor. Papa Charlie, give it a rest. Release day, I don't know when is going to be released. My hunch is that it's going to release very soon. But I do not know when it's going to be released, unfortunately. Gotta love those sounds, beautiful. And you saw how the little clutch there moves along when, you know, when you move it. All right, let's take a look here, 19,000. All right, let's take a quick look at our flight plan and take a look at the altimeter. So in Sim Toolkit Pro, you can simply scroll down to your destination and click on the weather information. You've got everything here. So 3:30:10 is the altimeter, which we are going to set now. 30:10. Oh, come on. 30:10 is set here. We're going to set it down here as well. 30:10 is set, and we're going to set it on the first officer side as well. I love the fact that you can remove the yokes individually, so you don't have to, you know, you can remove the first officer side, but still keep the captain side one. And let's see, where do we click to bring it back on? Looks like here. There we go. So the reason I've chosen the time of flight is I wanted to reach Atlanta during dusk so that you guys can see the lights, the cockpit lights, that is. So I think once we're below the clouds, it will really show off the nice lighting that Rotate has introduced in this aircraft. We are at 15,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and increase the range a bit. So this is our turn, and we are almost now at our destination. A bit worried about the speed here. Let me click this one more time here and see. Let's do here. Click FMS. Now it doesn't want to go to FMS. Huh. Oh, there we go. Looks like it takes a little bit of time. Now I think you guys can see the nice cockpit lighting. Just really gorgeous. 13,000 feet. we should actually start reducing our speed. But if we take a look here, 360 and then 209, and we need to be at 15,000, so we're below the assigned altitude. And our speed, we should start reducing our speed shortly. Now if we go to takeoff here, so clean minimum is 189, slats exit minimum is 154, flap 28 minimum is 144, 35 land is VAB of 147, and VREF is 142. Right, we're approaching. All right, here we go. That's the, let me go ahead and extend the speed brake and reduce our speed to 250 knots, which is the allowed speed below 10,000 feet. As you can see here. And now the autopilot's doing what it's supposed to do. So it will maintain the aircraft until the speed reaches 250 or 209 or whatever the set speed in the FMS is. And now we can release the speed brakes. All right, let's start configuring for our approach. We're not too far now from our destination. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on the landing lights. And we're going to set this to, let's see, land MFD. All right, that's what we're going to leave it at. Still no localizer, but let's see if we come here, nav radio. All right, so we have now the ILS frequency and the approach course. And all we need to do, by the way, you can either do glide slope and localizer, or you can click on this one here and you select localizer only. So you are able to do this. So we're going to click here. No, sorry. We need to put 1110 decimal 5. And we're just going to click here. Now see this is active. And now we're good. And we will intercept the localizer. So flaps 15. We are reducing our speed. We're still good. We can add some lights here and right there. What a beautiful aircraft. Look at the night lighting, folks. This is cool. This is really cool. Beautiful. Just absolutely gorgeous aircraft. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you right off the bat that I will probably not butter this landing. The MD-11 is quite challenging aircraft to land, and I honestly am not very proficient in flying it yet. So I do need to practice a little more, but I'm gonna try my absolute best to butter it for you guys for your viewing pleasure. For the final approach, I think we are going to switch the speed to manual. But this is beautiful, guys. Just look at that. You know what? I don't want it to be this dark when we arrive. So I'm just going to slightly change the time here. There we go. I think that's good. Look at that. This is one aircraft. I will tell you that if you like airliners, this is one aircraft you should have in your hangar. What clouds do you use? I use X Vision version 2 with the Nordic preset. Carl Childers, hello my friend and welcome. I didn't know you were on the stream. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. And we have Carl Frank has just become a member at the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much for your support. Truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for your support. Gives you Castaway, huh? Yeah. Emma, hello, my friend. Good evening to you. I am doing very well. Thank you so very much, Emma. Guys, Emma is the best livery maker. She's got a magic brush and she just creates beautiful liveries. She does a lot of sceneries as well. So, yeah, please share her hello. And thank you, Emma, for being with us this evening. Appreciate it. All right, as you can see now, we can go to flaps 15. Hopefully the weather is going to be nice as we approach our destination. I'm going to go ahead and set our flaps. Let's come over here and take a look, and then also listen to that. Ah, it's once the landing. Yeah, just leave it. We'll just wait until, you know, we are closer to our destination. We're still at 900,000. Why are we still at 900,000? Let's go here. Ah, there is a restriction. There is a restriction there, and that's why we are still at 900,000. If we look at the brake temperatures, they have reduced a little bit, but hopefully once we lower the landing gear, they'll go down, and we are looking good. Still no localizer, but we're still looking okay. And that's our turn. We're not too far, by the way, now from Atlanta. Load Excel. Hello, my friend. Welcome. Luke Lucas. Hello, my friend. Welcome. My bro was an MD-11 instructor at FedEx. Next time he's here, I'll see what he thinks of this bird. Oop. Oh. 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 Explain. Just crashed. Oh, that's just... What a bummer. What a bummer. Oh, boy. Oh, that's just terrible. That's just really terrible, guys. Oh, what a shame, man. Just right before we land. Oh, well. What can I say? I'm just really disappointed, guys. Oh, man. All right. Well, you know what? Let me load this aircraft at... there are a few more things. Maybe we can take a look at some of the liveries, but this should have been our destination. We'll just put the aircraft at the North Cargo. Oh, man, that's just... that's a real bummer. I hate it when things like that happen. It's just really, really deflating. Well, it is, unfortunately, I cannot go again because of the time in Kuwait, and tomorrow is a working day for me, and I have to probably head to bed pretty soon in order to be able to get up in the morning and head to work. But can you check the main XP log and see what caused the crash? Might be helpful to see if the rotate plugin that crashed or something else. I'll take a look. Unfortunately, I restarted X-Plane, so I think it clears the log. I love how cool you are, and I would speak in a way different tone. Well, my friend, it's not the end of the world, right? So, but I was really, I was really looking forward to bringing this aircraft and showing you guys the landing. Unfortunately, that didn't materialize. But you know what? Just right before we, I guess we're gonna call it a day for sure. But I want to show you guys the liveries. So we've got the Aviation, EVA Air Cargo, Lufthansa Cargo, Martin Air, Shanghai, UPS, Varage, and Western Global. I do like a lot the Lufthansa Cargo, so let me just say apply and show you this livery. There you go. So that's the Lufthansa Cargo. Beautiful, just really beautiful aircraft, beautiful liveries, yeah. Too bad we couldn't complete our flight today. But tell you what, guys, I want to thank you so very much for joining me tonight, and I hope that you were able to see most of what this MD-11 does. It is without a doubt a remarkable rendition of the real aircraft. Definitely commendable work by RotateSim over the past years while this aircraft was in development. And I do appreciate also the patience of the community waiting for this aircraft to become available. And ladies and gentlemen, today it is a reality, and it's probably going to be released very soon. It's going to be released at the X-Plane.org store. I do not have any information on the release date or the price, but I will tell you that it is an aircraft that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I thoroughly enjoyed being with you guys this evening. I want to thank you very much for being with me, for being patient, and I do apologize for the hiccup right at the end. Currently, it's cargo version only, yes. I'm not sure if there is a passenger variant that's going to come out, but definitely on March 24th is the date. Oh, perfect. Carl, thank you very much for the info. So there you go, guys. 24 March is the release date, and hopefully I'll be able to, today is the 22nd. I will see if I can actually stream it again on the 24th. I know that I'm a little busy tomorrow. I've got some personal commitments, so I'm not sure that I will be able to stream it again tomorrow, but I will definitely be able to do it the day after. And we've got Alicio. Alicio, welcome to the Kuwait Pilot channel. And folks, again, apologies for the hiccup there, but I hope that the stream was sufficient for you to see what this aircraft can do and how it was developed and how beautiful the texturing and the 3D modeling is. The sounds are, especially the sounds inside the cockpit, are phenomenal. The engine sounds, maybe they could use a little bit of work, but the ambient sounds inside the cockpit are outstanding. And this aircraft really is something else. The depth, again, of system simulation is incredible. And I do really like what I see. I like what I have experienced in this live stream with you guys. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Stay safe, folks. and take care. Bye-bye for now.